Inside of China, the situation is back to normal. We should say ever since the end of the last year, the situation is returning back to the normal situation. But also we see a lots of problem happening in here. Actually, have done some investigations around the local enterprises. There is a listed company in Shenzhen. They've been telling me they have a bittersweet problem. The good part is they have more than 100 million US dollar worth of the orders and now coming up in and still coming in continuously. But on the other hand, they have all the inventories piled up in their warehouse. What's happened is because they cannot ship the products outside of China because the shipment become extremely expensive and you can hardly book any empty ships. And also the whole order and system of the transportation over the ocean has right now in the very, very chaotic situation. So they see the order and they have all the productivities and all the capacities, but they cannot make the shipment done, and hence they cannot receive the rest of the payment. And this kind of situation are really, really normal right now in China. So even though China has controlled pretty well of its domestic COVID-19 situation, but still China has also been under the impact of the whole international chaotic due to the COVID-19.
Are all these issues, Qu Qiang, down to COVID, or are there more, shall we say, fundamental issues that need addressing with regard to China's role in the global supply chain?
Well, I think the major and direct impact is due to the COVID-19, and everybody can understand that. Well, we do have some long-term structural problems in the whole global chain system, but that is, you see the good side of us. Also, there's a bad side of it. The good side is the human being after the Second World War actually spent this decade to build up a very delicate division of labor network and also the supply chain. We have the raw material in these countries, and we have the secondary production lines in that countries and the primary production line in those countries, and the whole very delicate. And this is not formed by the artificial well or by any human power. This is actually formed by very, very natural reasons. It's decided by the cost. The reason why we have such a delicate supply chain is because people will naturally choose which they can get the cheapest raw material. They have the most handy transportation network and location. So naturally grow up into that kind of delicate situation like we have been seeing and enjoying today. But COVID-19 made us to think about this for the first time, that is really fragile and delicate. We cannot even suffer a little bit of blow on it. Otherwise, you are going to see the situation and suffering we're having here today.
How can China help solve the world's global supply chain problems?
Well, China really can help in this regard. China right now is the world's largest manufacturer, and everybody would understand and see that fact. And with this capacity, China is not just to rely on it and to try to hold this power to itself or to use it as a bargain. But China really want to share this capacity. You're seeing China right now, many Chinese enterprises, private and SOE, they're going global, like the Belt and Road countries. And we've been having a lot of branch companies, branch factories in ASEAN countries, in Africa, in Europe also. And they've been duplicating the Chinese production power. So make the distribution and the shipment much easier with a shorter route, with a lower cost.
What preparations then could you make to deal with the possibility of new variants arriving? We've already seen one in Britain and Europe, the Omicron variant, and there will be others, no doubt.
The solution is that we try to make a more robust supply chain. Like we said, we can always have a plan B factory, plan B transportation route in the rest part of the world. And China can help with it. And secondly, we do need more vaccine for the COVID-19 or some other unknown disease coming to us in the future. The way we can do that is like China has been cooperating with Egypt. We built more COVAX or other vaccination factory in the world to help those countries, especially the developing countries, to have their own productivities to make these medicines. And I think this is the ultimate way that we can help each other. Because China, well, I'm not saying China is a saint or do these things for, or any kinds of holy reason. I mean, this is just a very reasonable decision. You see, if the other part of the world has been shutting down, the market has been suspending, where does China go to sell their products? I mean, this is the moment that whole human beings need to hand up together and help each other. Only by helping your neighbors, your friends, your partners, and you can help yourself. And I think more than ever, we should understand this.
Qu Qiang, many thanks for joining us on The Agenda from Beijing.
Thank you.